Okay, let's see what is map and flat map in Java. First, we will see like similarities. Map and flat map both are methods of stream interface. Map and flat map both methods return type is stream. So map and flat map will always return a stream. Map and flat map both accept function as argument. What is function? Function is an functional interface. What is a functional interface? Functional interface uh, will only have one abstract method. A interface which have only one abstract method is called a functional interface. Function is a functional interface, so the abstract method is apply. And the functional interface signature, if we see, right, it has two parameters. T stands for the type of the input to the function, and R the type of the result of the function. So apply should return what will be the apply method is going to return is what the R stands for. Inside the map and flat map method, function method apply is called. Both can be used to transform the data. Let's quickly go through one more time. What are the similarities between map and flat map? Map and flat map both are methods of stream interface. Map and flat map both methods return type is a stream. Map and flat map both accept function as argument. Both are intermediate operations, and both can be used to transform data. Then we want to know what are the differences between this two. Why we need like two separate methods if both are doing the same operations. The differences is, if you see the details, devil lies in the detail. If you notice it, right, the flat map, in the name itself, flat map has the answer, like flatness the resulting streams into a single stream. It will flatten the resulting streams into a single stream. If you do not understand what is the resulting streams, please bear with me. I'm going to give an example and explain it in detail. So what basically flat map does is, the first thing it's going to do, or the difference is, it will flatten the data. If I have a nested list, then the resultant stream, or the final result will be a flattened single list. So it will flattens the resulting streams into a single stream. That is the first difference. And also, if we notice the method signature, we have to pass the implementation of function which should return a stream. For the flat map, the implementation of function should return a stream. So if we see the method signature, right, like flat map will also return stream, but the function, right, we have just gone through like function, right, it will have a one input and one return type. So return type in the flat map should be stream. So for each and every element of this stream, what flat map will do is, like, it will flattens into a single stream. That is the first difference. Flattening is the first difference. And second difference is, the map will transform one to one. What does this mean is, like, one element will be transformed, or like an apply method will be called, and that will be transformed. So one to one transformation will happen. Whereas with the flat map, 1 to 0 or many transformations can happen. So I will give an example and I will show you like how these differences are. Let's quickly go through the differences. Flat map flattens the data. Flat map flattens the resulting streams into a single stream. And the second is, flat map can transform 1 to 0 or to many transformations. Flat map can do it. Okay, let's go through and understand with an example. I have already written a Java class to save time here. What I did is, like, I created a country, a class country, which will have a name and cities with more than 1 million tourists. So this is a list of cities. Like, for example, this is a tourist application like it will this object is like a country and a list of cities with more than 1 million tourists. Assume just this is just an example for understanding purpose. So what I did is like I have created a country USA, and I'm setting the name as USA, and list of cities with more than 1 million tourists per annum is like Niagara Falls and DC, and this is an list of cities. So I'm just what I'm doing is I'm adding this list of cities to the country USA, and also I have created one more object, India. India, I am setting the name here. Cities is like Delhi and Hyderabad, just two for our testing purpose, and I'm adding it to these are the two countries, and also one Afghanistan. Afghanistan do not have any city which have more than 1 million tourists per annum, so this does not have any tourists. So I will let you know like why I have added this Afghanistan, and then I'm adding all this. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm creating list of countries. So now if we see the structure, right? Country, list of countries, and inside the country we will have, for each country we will have list of cities which have more than million tourists per annum. So now we will with this data structure, right, we will understand how we can use map versus a flat map. So as we said over here, flat map will do one-to-one transformation. So let's see how one-to-one transformation can happen. One-to-one transformation. So this is a list of countries. So for each list of countries, I'm calling the stream method. After stream method, I'm calling the map of the stream method. And for each country object, for each element of this list, I'm calling country dot get name, and I'm transforming it to uppercase. So, and I'm collecting it over here, and I'm displaying it over here. So this is one-to-one transformation using map. Let's run this. Okay, so USA and India, we got two countries which have been transformed. For each country, data has been transformed to uppercase. So this is one-to-one transformation. Okay, let's see now flattening data. List all cities with more than 1 million tourists. So let's see this one. I have just okay, let me uncomment this code. So what I'm basically doing it over here is like each country will have a list of cities, correct? So it will have a list of cities. Here also the India have a list of cities, USA has a list of cities. Now what I want to do is I want to list all the cities in the world. So what I'm using the flattening. I want to list all the cities which have more than 1 million tourists. So for that, what I did is country dot stream dot flat map. I'm using to flatten the data. Country dot get cities dot stream. If you remember the flat map function which accepts a function as an argument, and the function argument return type should be a stream. So I'm returning a stream here, and I'm just collecting the list, and I'm just printing it over here. Let's see what will be the output for this. We'll comment out the previous one. Okay, let's see. Okay, the cities are listed. See, Niagara Falls, DC, Delhi, and Hyderabad. So the data has been flattened. If you notice, see, the data has been flattened from multiple nested lists. Data has been flattened into a single list. That is what is being done with the flat map in our tourist application example. Okay, let's see if we assume that if we are not flattening the data, what will be the response? Like how the response will look like. Let's run this. See, what I'm doing is I'm just calling the map on these countries and just trying to get the list of cities. And I'm displaying it over here. Okay, run this, run as Java application. See, it's being shown it as a list. It's been not flattened at all. So with the map, flattening is not happening. Whereas with the flat map, the flattening is happening. See this flatten, the data has been flattened, whereas this has been still shown it as a list. So the flat map is flattening the data. And now we will see like 1 to 0 or many transformations. Okay, let's see what actually will happen with this. Let me comment to this one. And let's see. So if you recollect it, we have created one country object, USA, where it has a list of cities with more than 1 million visitors, tourists. India, we have like cities with more than 1 million visitors, whereas the country Afghanistan do not have any cities which have more than a million tourists per annum. So we are adding country, three countries into the countries list here. So if I iterate over the countries list, let's iterate and see uh, 1 to 1 or 1 to, where is this 1 to 1 transformation. Okay, 1 to 0 are many transformations. Let's see this 1 to 0. Why I'm saying 1 to 0 is like for the country Afghanistan, right? For the country Afghanistan, how many transformations will happen? Zero transformations, because Afghanistan do not even have any city, right? Any city with more than 1 million. For country element, for country USA element, the transformations will happen. One country USA element transformations, two transformations, like it will be transformed into Niagara Falls and DC. And for India, same as for India also, two transformations, like two elements will be produced, like Delhi and Hyderabad. And for Afghanistan, none. So 1 to 0 or many transformations can happen. Let's run this example and see like what will be the output. I have to save it here. It's asking. Oh, okay, null pointer exception. It is saying because the value return com dot get is the null. Okay, we will see it. What is the problem? I'm getting null pointer exception. Why we are getting null pointer exception is because country Afghanistan do not have any cities. So maybe I'm calling somewhere over here dot here over here. Let's comment this code for now, the previous code, and run it. Cities without flattening is what I'm displaying. Okay, okay, I'm not printing over here the final list. Let's print over here. We can copy the code. Okay, run this one. Okay, you see this? Cities with more than 1 million tourists: Niagara Falls, DC from USA, Delhi and Hyderabad. And from Afghanistan, how many transformations happened? Zero transformations, because there is no cities with more than 1 million subscribers. So now what we have seen is like flattening of the data. Flatmap will do flattening of the data, and also it will transform from 1 to many, or 1 to 0 to many transformations can be done with the flat map. That is the difference. Let's quickly go through one more time the differences between the flat map and the map. With the flat map, flattening of the data is happening. Flattening of the data can happen. And the next is like with the flat map, data transformation can be done like 1 to 0 or 1 to many transformations can be done with the flat map, whereas with the map only 1 to 1 transformations has to happen. And also the return type of the function inside the flat map should always return a stream. These are the differences, and depending on the requirement we can use the flat map versus map. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.